What's up, y'all? Noah Alvarez here with Locker Room Sports, and today we're going to be breaking down Evan Weaver, linebacker from UC Berkeley, also known as Cal. He weighs in at 237 pounds, 6'2", one of my favorite linebackers, and I think one of the most slept-on linebackers in this year's draft class. And don't let that pretty smile or that white boy haircut fool you. This man is an absolute beast, a wrecking ball on the field. Now, he plays predominantly inside linebacker, and one of his best traits is, his ability to make tackles in traffic and diagnose run plays. Here he sees the hole, fills the hole, and stops the running back for a minimal gain against BYU. Now, here is a goal line stand against Ole Miss. This one, he sees the play, diagnose, and I really like this one too because Ole Miss quarterback thinks he scored a touchdown, celebrated a little too early. Now, here he is in 1st and 15, right next to the referee. A lot of depth on this one because it's a long yardage situation, but he comes down about 10-15 yards, about 10 yards away from the ball, and he's still able to come down, lay the thump. Now, that's one of his strengths of his game too. He's the thumper when he makes contact. Here he is against Eno Benjamin, a running back in this year's draft class. Again, first down on the line, and he's able to make a nice solid contact and wrap up and stop him short of the yardage. Now here he is against Ole Miss, RPO action, doesn't fall for any of the play action stuff, and he makes the tackle on the running back. Now here he is against USC. He's able to beat the zone blocking scheme and beat the guard to the spot, make the tackle for a very minimal gain. And here he is this time undercutting the guard who was supposed to block him, and he's still able to make the tackle 2-3 yards down the field. Evan Weaver, really talented tackler in open space too. This Ole Miss quarterback, I thought he was going to shake him on this one when I first watched it. You see he's in this awkward position. He has very nice flexibility. That takes a lot of good athleticism to make that tackle and reach back. Looks like he's about to hit a breakdancing move. But Evan Weaver, also really good at gap shooting. The ability to shoot gaps when he reads the play. Here he is from the All-22 cam. He just shoots right between the guard and the tackle. Tackle stands no chance. Running back stands no chance. That poor Washington running back. Now here he is, 3rd and 21. So obviously very far deep back in the defensive formation. It's a draw play, but he still comes up and makes a very sure-handed tackle. I really like his tackling. I mean, obviously, to be a defender in the NFL, you have to be a good tackler. Here he is taking on a block. To be fair, I don't think that USC that back is a natural fullback, but Evan Weaver does a really nice job standing him stout and still being able to make that tackle. Now, the one question against Weaver is his sideline-to-sideline speed, because in the NFL, you crave that sideline-to-sideline speed if you're a linebacker. Weaver here does a nice job of getting to the edge. It's 2-3 yards down the field. I do want to see him have his helmet on the other side of the ball carrier. You always want to lead with your helmet, or not lead with your helmet, but have your helmet above the ball carrier. Here it is against another jet sweep from BYU. This time he makes a tackle 7 yards down the field. So Weaver doesn't have elite speed, but he will make that play over on the sideline. He just won't make it, for a minimal gain or a gain of no gain. Here he is again, about 8 yards down the field, and I think this is the last jet sweep. This one I thought he was going to break him too. Evan Weaver, he plays with a high motor, and he plays with a lot of effort. I think that's going to, overlook a lot of sometimes his lack of athleticism or lack of speed. There he's still able to bring this guy down. And again, here at USC, this time it's a bubble screen coming from the back. He does a nice job adjusting his angle, flattens out, and he's able to make that tackle just 2-3 yards down the field. Now, there are some plays, though, where you do see the lack of speed right here. He could have a sack or at least a nice big quarterback hit, unable to do so there. This one, he just caught flat-footed. I don't know what he was waiting for there. Maybe didn't get a great read, but it leads to a touchdown for Ole Miss. And then here's another one. This one is more of a breakdown play. The quarterback breaks the pocket, but then, those elite linebackers in the NFL, they make those type of plays. Weaver doesn't have that elite speed, but he does have elite hustle. Here's a play where he just absolutely hurdles his own defender and makes a tackle from behind. Now, I really like Weaver in coverage too. Don't ask him to play a lot of man. He looks uncomfortable in man. But check it out. That's 8 yards of distance. As a linebacker, you're taught to guard the intermediate and rally to the short. Here he does that. He sinks back because he knows there might be an intermediate route right behind him, and then he goes to make the tackle. Here he does it again, too, on a swing route against Washington. And, oh, man, this play really gets me going right here. He does a really nice job of forcing the tight end to work around him on the seam, and then when he feels him coming back in, he doesn't turn around. A lot of times you'll see linebackers turn their head, and quarterbacks can fit that right in. No, he just flips his hips open to the left, and he's able to make a play. He should have had an interception. That's why he's mad at himself. Should have had an interception here on this play too. He has really good tape against BYU. Here's the the view from the end zone, as he's just able to, it's a short, stick route, curl route. He's able to read the quarterback's eyes, knows his responsibility in zone. I really like him in underneath zone coverage. Like I said, don't ask him to play a whole lot of man in the NFL, though. And here he is against BYU. Man, this dude's tremendous at breaking down screens. Y'all want to see a dead body? Well, there you go. Sorry for the BYU running back, because Weaver just sent him to his grave right there. He does a nice job. Here's the view from the end zone. As just, there's time and time again. There's so many highlights that I could have put of Weaver diagnosing a screenplay and then beating the blockers. That's the most important thing, because if the blockers get out in front of you, here it is again against BYU, this time on the left side. Looks like a little tight end screen, but he beats the blocker to the spot. So that blocker has no chance. There's no point of a screen if you're going to do that, and stops the receiver or running back for a minimal gain. Now, Weaver did used to play defensive line, and being an ex-defensive lineman, I thought he had more of a pass rushing arsenal. Doesn't have a lot of moves. Here you just see him running into the guard, running into the tackle, and trying to get up and around him, but takes pretty poor angles, not super flexible, doesn't have a whole lot of pass rush moves either. Now, I do, like I said, like him in coverage. You can maybe drop him some deeper zones. I like how he reads the eyes here, sees the dig route coming from the outside, and he does, his presence alone made that receiver drop that pass. Again, here he does a nice job of protecting the intermediate routes and then reacting to the short drag route and makes a solid hit here. When he does have a clean lane, though, be careful, watch out, because he does a nice job of breaking down, doesn't get fooled by quarterbacks often. He has vice grips for hands. This man makes and tackles in the open field. He's almost a sure thing. This is not the same play. Actually, USC got beat by the same exact play twice in this game. This one was later on in the game. And again, Weaver has the same result. The USC quarterback stood no chance. Now, obviously, a linebacker, most important position in the NFL, you have to be smart. What I really like here, in the Senior Bowl with a bunch of different teams or players from different teams, different colleges, he's able to get his defensive lineman in the right gap, not the C gap, into the B gap, still cover his zone. And if he didn't have to do that, you could argue that he would have made an interception on that short pass to the tight end there. And again, the tackling in open field is nuts. I know the corner missed on the tackle and makes it a little easier, but look at how he chops his feet. He takes little itty bitty steps right before he gets to the ball carrier, constantly inching his way forward until he wraps up. That's picture perfect, kids. If you're watching at home, be sure to look up Evan Weaver highlights on how to freaking tackle a ball carrier in the open field. That's how you do it, folks. And then who said white man can't jump? Evan Weaver showing off his hops against Washington. I believe this was 2 years ago, or his junior season. I really don't like those Washington jerseys. But Evan Weaver makes a really nice athletic play and then takes it to the house. 4-6. I believe they counted that one after review. But look how high he gets up. So Evan Weaver, get to know this man's name. Probably going to get drafted in the second or third round. Ideally for a 4-3 middle linebacker, but I think he can play a lot of 3-4 as well. And he just brings a lot of versatility, brings good hustle, and brings good open field tackling.